A very good morning, friends. I welcome you all once again for the second session of the chapter Consumer Electronic Devices. In the previous session, we have seen the definition of an consumer electronic device, as well as we have seen the very first consumer electronic device, that is for your curriculum, calculator. We have seen the block diagram of calculator as well as its internal organization as well. Now, the very next consumer electronic device that is included in your curriculum is the microwave oven. Microwave oven is an electrical appliance or electric appliance which uses electromagnetic wave technology to cook the food. So usually the conventional method of cooking, we have seen that we would be using the gas stoves, or we would be using the woods to cook the food. This is the modern technology where we use the uh, microwaves, electromagnetic waves or microwaves to cook the food. So usually the microwaves will be having high frequency about 2.5 gigahertz. These powerful microwaves are made to fall on the food. So whenever they are made to fall on the food, the water, fat, and sugar molecules that are present in the food, they absorb the energy from the microwaves through a process called dielectric heating. So generally, so here we have mentioned water, fat, and sugar molecules. So these are the constituents of the food, so which are responsible for cooking the food from inside to outside. Why? Because so the water, the sugar, as well as fat, like oil, these all are electric dipoles actually. Electric dipoles in the sense these will be having a positive charge at one end and negative charges at another end. So basically, if you see the structure, dipole structure, this is a dipole. This dipole will be having a positive charge at the one end and negative charge at the other exterior end. So whenever these type of molecules, so usually the water molecule or the sugar molecule or the fat molecules, they all will be dipole in nature, electrical dipole in nature. So whenever these molecules, whenever they are subjected to microwave radiations, so as the microwave radiations are the electromagnetic radiations, those electromagnetic, due to the alternating electric field of the microwaves, these molecules they tend to align themselves according to the changes in their phase of the alternating electric field. They try to, or they tend to align themselves. So whenever they tend to align themselves, then they do some kind of a rotation about their mean position. So whenever they do a rotation about their mean position, they they are going to exert a friction among their neighboring molecules. So due to such a heavy friction between the neighboring molecules, it is going to generate an heat. That heat itself will be evolved from inside to outside, thus cooking the food. Thus heating the food occurs inside to outside without warming the surrounding air. We will see the uh, structure. Here you can see this is a dipole. So dipole, as the dipole will be having a negative charge at one end and positive charge at the other end. So whenever these molecules, like the molecules like water, fat, or sugar molecules, whenever these molecules are subjected to electromagnetic waves or microwaves, as the microwaves, as the electric field here, it is an alternating in the sense. So as you can see, a single phase wave here. So you will get a positive half cycle as well as you will get a negative half cycle. So whenever a dipole is subjected to such a wave, such a phase reversal, then whenever there is a positive half cycle appears near, positive half cycle is made of a wave of the positive half cycle appears here, then the negative end of the dipole is getting, it gets attracted here. Similarly, after the phase reversal, means during the negative half cycle, the positive end of the dipole, it will be attracted towards this end. So means this dipole is going to rotate. This is going to rotate according to the phase reversal of the electromagnetic wave. So whenever this dipole rotates about its mean position, so it is going to exert a friction among its neighboring molecule. There will be, let's say there is such a million number of dipoles, you will find it in the food. So whenever all these dipole molecules, whenever they try to rotate about their mean position, so then they collide with each other. Whenever they collide with each other, they exert a pressure. There exerts a pressure or friction. This friction itself will cause the heat to produce among the food, around the food. So thus whenever heat is produced, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಫುಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈಪೋಲ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಫೇಸ್ಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ದೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಮೀನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಫೇಸ್ ರಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ radiation here, so this dipole is going to rotate, or this is going to rotate about its mean position. This is the case of a single molecule, but you will find a million number of molecules, such molecules which are positioned one after the another, so nearby another, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸು ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅ pressure between the neighboring molecules. So whenever there is a pressure or friction is exerted between the neighboring molecules, it is going to generate a heat. That generated heat itself is used to cook the food. So this process of heating, or this method of heating is nothing but dielectric. This is called as dielectric heating. So microwave oven basically they works on the principle of dielectric heating. So this is the block diagram of microwave oven. So basically the purpose of using microwave oven is to cook the food or to bake the food. So basically for cooking or reheating the food, so we would be using the microwave oven. So what is the difference between the convention way of cooking and the modern way of cooking? Obviously the cooking time will be greatly reduced with the help of microwave oven, because the heating, it occurs from inside to outside, not from outside to inside. In case of conventional way of cooking method, as you can see, so you are going to place the food on the container, and that container pan is placed on the gas stove. So whenever you lit the fire, so cooking or heating occurs from outside to inside, means first the cooking pan will get heated. After that, due to the convection method, the heat, it transfers from the cooking pan to the food molecules. That is the way the it actually cooks the food. But in case of microwave oven, the cooking or reheating process, it occurs from inside to outside without warming the surrounding air. So this is the block diagram of microwave oven. So basically here there is a device called as magnetron, so which is responsible for generating the microwaves. So these microwaves, which are of the high powerful waves or high frequencies of around 2.5 gigahertz, so such a powerful waves are generated by the magnetron. So this is the device which is responsible for generating the microwaves of such a high frequencies. So here, as you see the block diagram, so we will discuss each of these blocks one by one. First one is the power relay. So this is the power relay. So this is the unit which is responsible to turn on or turn off the microwave generator. The microwave generator is nothing but magnetron here. So this magnetron, so whenever a power relay is in on condition, this magnetron is going to generate the microwaves, so which are further exposed to the cooking chamber. if the power relay itself is in the off condition, or if the power relay is adjusted to turn off the microwave generator, then there won't be any microwaves that are exposed to the cooking chamber. Basically, this power relay unit, it consists of three subunits. First one is the power transformer. The power transformer, so as the microwave generator, it needs a high power voltage or high power supply. So the power transformer that is used to generate a high voltage that is needed for the magnetron. Then we obviously we need a power rectifier here, that is the second subunit. The rectifier, as you know, that it is basically responsible for converting an AC signal into a DC signal, which is required for the magnetron. As well as it will have one more subunit, that is capacitor, which is used to smoothen the ripples. So while when you convert an AC signal to DC signal, there might be a chance of getting ripples in the output waveform. So to remove those ripples from the DC waves, ripples are nothing but the AC contents. So to remove the AC content from the DC, or to obtain the pure DC wave, pure DC signal, so we would be using the capacitor, which functions the which is going to smoothen the DC output. Next one, and the important thing, is the microwave generator. So as this microwave generator is nothing but it is a magnetron. So this magnetron, it it is going to produce a microwave of the frequency of 2.5 gigahertz. Next is the nothing but next one is nothing but the cooling fan, stirrer, and turntable motor. So as the 30% to 50% of the power inside the cooking chamber is dissipated in the form of heat, so within a short span of time we can expect a large heat to be generated in the cooking chamber. To remove that excess heat, the cooling fans are necessary here. Next one is the stirrer. So stirrer is again an important unit. So this stirrer is like a fan. It is a kind of fan. So which results a even cooking. Means, so if you don't have any stirrer, let's say there is a magnetron here. So this magnetron is going to uh, emit the microwaves. So if there is a stirrer here, so this stirrer is going to rotate. So as the stirrer rotates, the microwaves are made to form on each and every corner of the cooking chamber evenly, so that it results in the uniform cooking. Next one is the turntable motor. So this is the uh, pan or cooking pan. So beneath of this there will be a motor called as turntable motor. Its function is to rotate this cooking pan, so that the stirrer as well as the turntable motor, they helps or they aids in even cooking. Next one is the waveguide. So waveguide is nothing but it forms a bridge between the magnetron as well as the cooking chamber. This waveguide is going to guide the magnetron, the microwaves that are generated from the magnetron into the cooking chamber. And next, and the important unit is controller. So as the controller is like a microcomputer, this controller is going to run the digital clock as well as the timer. So it sets the microwave power level. So depends upon the type of food that you have put it in the cooking pan. So controller is going to decide what should be the power level and what should be the time required for the cooking purpose, and it also runs the digital clock in as well as so this controller, in some case, in some automatic features, the controller is going to read the various factors or various um, conditions inside the cooking chamber, like temperature, moisture, with the help of sensors. So with the help of sensors, uh, they read the information about the environment inside the cooking chamber, and it takes the necessary action, like turning off the magnetron or microwave generator, or to increase or decrease the level of power level of power level to the microwave generator. These all things are decided by the controller by reading the sensor values. Next one is the interlock switches. So these are the switches so which prevents the generation of microwaves unless the door is closed completely. So as we know that the microwaves are very powerful waves of the order of 2.5 gigahertz frequency. So those can do some adverse effects on the human beings whenever they are exposed to the environment. So or they can cause skin cancer as well. So these interlock switches they prevent the microwaves to expel out of the cooking chamber whenever the door is open. Next one is the sensors. We would be having a temperature sensor as well as the moisture sensor, so which are responsible for measuring the physical quantities like temperature or moisture inside the cooking chamber, and they give the necessary information in the form of electrical signal back to the controller. The controller they read the information that is sent by the sensors and take the necessary controlling action. Next one is the operator control panel. So as I told you, in some automatic microwave oven, it the microwave oven itself will decide the timer, or itself will set the timer, or itself will set the uh, uh, power level of the microwave generator. In some cases, an operator control panel is also given. A keypad is given to the user so that the user can set his own timer. The user can set his own power level. So this is the provision for the user to have a control over the controller. Next one is the front panel display. So as the name itself indicates, this is a kind of display. Usually it is made up of an LCD or LED display. So which is going to indicate or which is going to showcase the time left for cooking, or which is time left for cooking, or the time elapsed, the time left, as well as it is going to display the temperature information, moisture information, so many physical parameters if they are measured inside the cooking chamber. So in order to display them, display kind of display is used here. Next one is the buzzer. Again, buzzer is a kind of an audible alarm ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇದು. Buzzer is going to indicate, buzzer is going to give an alarm to the user saying that the cooking process is completed. And the next one is the cooking chamber. This is very important. A cooking chamber generally it is a kind of square shaped container. So within this, actually the walls of the cooking chambers are made up of fine wired mesh, which is nothing but which is called as Faraday's cage. So the perforations inside the steel cage are such small that the microwaves they may not pass through the cooking mesh, may not pass through the Faraday's cage. And the front face of the cooking chamber usually it is made up of glass so that the user can view what is happening inside the chamber. Uh, so why the cooking chamber is um, actually where the cooking chamber inside the cooking chamber is made up of a fine mesh or a fine metal grid. Actually the thing is uh, microwaves cannot pass through the metals, so they get reflected by the metals. So that's why the cooking chamber is made up of a fine wired mesh made up of some metal. This is about the cooking chamber. Next and the last one is the low voltage supply power unit. So basically as I told you, there are various sensors are here, there are various fans, motors are there. All they need is a very low power to get operated. So for that reason a low power supply unit is there. So this is going to provide a low power signal, a low power supply to the various units like fans and motors inside the microwave oven. Next one is the merits and demerits. So as we know that microwave, it heats the food or it bakes the food from inside to outside. Obviously it will be a fast and popular one. It consumes very less time to cook the food. There are a lot of demerits are there as well. Food cannot be cooked inside the metal vessels. As I told you, metal vessels, they are the good reflectors of the microwaves. So for that reason, we don't expect the food container to be made up of metal ones. Usually, the container should be made up of plastic material, porcelain material, or clay or mud material. We don't expect the container to be made up of metal ones. Here, the food is heated for short time. So since the food is heated for short time, in the sense the food is heated in the faster rate, it may result in the uneven cooking. Uniform cooking may not be may not be possible with the case of microwave oven. That is another demerit. Here, if the cooking load is not large enough, then it could damage the microwave oven itself. ಸೊ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ನೀವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಂಟೈನರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಫುಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಇಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಫುಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಚಸ್, they play an important role, that they won't allow the microwave generator to get turned on whenever the door of the microwave oven is open. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೊಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಎ ಮೋರ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಯು ವೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅನ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಫುಡ್. ನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್, ಬಟ್ you won't get the complete nutrients. So most of the nutrients, they get evaporated or they get lost. So your body won't get the sufficient amount of nutrients whenever you cook using the microwave oven. So there are three types of microwave ovens are there that are available in the market. First one is the solo microwave oven. Second one is the convection microwave oven, and third one is the grill microwave oven. Solo microwave oven is the basic type of microwave oven where you are going to find only the magnetron inside it. There won't be any heating element, or there won't be any grilling accessories. So using this basic type of microwave oven, only thing is I can reheat the food. I cannot bake the food. I can reheat the food. The advantage of using this solo microwave oven is it is cost effective, obviously, since you are going to find only the microwave oven inside it, magnetron inside it. So it's cost effective, and it is very simple to operate it. It is cheaper. You can see here, it is cheaper compared to any other type of microwave oven. And the major disadvantage is it can be used only for the reheating purpose, not for baking purpose. And food won't be a crispier one, and this cannot be used for grilling purpose. Next one is the convection microwave oven. So this is a kind of microwave oven where you find magnetron as well as an heating element. Magnetron is responsible for generating the microwaves. These microwaves, they heat the food from inside to outside, whereas the heating element, it heats the food from outside to inside. So since the heating process is done in the both ways, the food gets crispier here, crispier and brown. And in some kind of convection microwave oven, the grilling accessories are also provided, so that the grilling as well as the baking can be performed independently. So this is the advantage of convection microwave oven. It is quite costlier compared to the previous type, that is solo microwave oven. And the third one is a grill microwave oven. So this is a microwave oven with which is specially used for the grilling purpose. Grilling purpose in the sense, so whenever we want the food to be crispier or brown, ಲೈಕ್ ಈಗ ಚಿಕನ್ ಮಟನ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರಿಲ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋವೇವ್ ಓವನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಸೆಸರೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದೋಸ್ ಗ್ರಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಸೆಸರೀಸ್, the grilling function can be done in a suitable manner. So this is about the grill microwave oven. Thank you.